I don't do collabs with other men, again, because I would rather have like a personal connection with them prior to sleeping with them. But for me, like if it's with just girls that I just met, then it's more of like a work opportunity where I can turn that part off of my mind and just get to work with them.
Okay.
Because it's a win-win either way, like two hot girls doing it with each other and you make money at the end, so.
When it comes to dating, do you guys think that having an OnlyFans makes it harder?
For sure, because of the stigma around it, right?
Okay. Why don't we go around the table? We'll start with you, Princess April.
Well, I mainly do GGs with an occasion of friends with benefits, so we just keep it professional for shooting. And dating other people while having OnlyFans, it's a lot harder, more for having kids than having an OnlyFans in the dating field for sure. So
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah. Having kids is probably a bigger issue.
But I'm not like with them all the time. They're like grown, so it's just like, it's just kind of like they just need like some open-minded understanding. Like it could just really be just us two, and then my kids could be there on occasions. They're like living on their own and stuff.
I personally haven't had too much of an issue because the men that I date for short periods of time are either very free-spirited as well, or they're into, you know, like being cucked. So the boy-girl stuff kind of works out anyways.
Yikes. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, dating-wise, I would say in general it can be hard because of the negative stigma around it, but for me personally, since I've never tried to like go date a person, I wouldn't have any personal stories to share or tell with that.
I mean, personally for me, when I share that I have an OF, I mean, there's a lot of like skepticism, and then I kind of ask them like, oh, so like how much do you know about the field? Like I can like totally explain it to you, go behind the scenes, and then once I tell them, you know, what I do, how much I make, they're like, oh yeah, I'm ready to be your sugar baby. I'm like, yep. So actually, it actually has helped me.
Wait, hold on. The guys are ready to be your sugar baby.
Yeah.
So you'll support a guy?
Yeah, if I love him. Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you love him. Well, I assume, like, for most relationships, that takes a certain period of time before you're in love with someone.
Oh, of course. Like, you know, because, like, once I kind of tell them the income and, like, whatever, they're like, oh, so, like, I'm like, yeah, I can be a homie. You want that new gaming mouse? Sure, I'll give it to you.
But, like, you're not sugaring off rip, like, from the jump.
Not from the jump. I mean, I will say, like, sometimes I do think, like, being a sugar mommy sounds kind of fun. Because, like, I just like to make people happy. So, like, you know, sometimes I think of, like, you know, if I was super rich out there, I would totally do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say it's hard, but I actually met my ex, like, when I was, like, through OnlyFans. Yeah.
Okay.
Personally, I haven't found it that hard just because I tend to go for people who are sexually open and would prefer an open relationship like me. So I would only date someone who has that in common with me.
I'm not really focusing on dating right now. I think like I'm focusing on my relationships with my family, my friends' relationships are like very strong. But I guess if I were to date, I wouldn't see it as a problem because it's kind of a filter. Whereas if I'm very open about it. If like someone were to propose, like was like, hey, let's go out to eat or something, like I don't really mind it. If I tell them they have an issue with it, then it wasn't meant to be.
For me, I posted pics like before I met my current partner and started my OF like during our relationship. So it wasn't a problem. I told him pretty much like the day I met him that like, hey, this is what I do, and if you're not cool with it, then it's like not gonna work out, since I am pretty like strong opinionated with like my work. I enjoy it, and it's like if you don't like it, then it's not gonna work out. But thankfully I haven't like run into like any issues like with anyone opposing that, since like Tomie, I tend to go for people more sexually open as well, similar to like myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said something about cucks Can you expand on that?
They like being cucked. They like seeing me with other guys, and they like to just watch sometimes or film, and they enjoy doing that.
So have you dated like any guys who have a cuck fantasy or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
More guys are into it than you might think, especially the guys who...
Sorry, I gotta do the fucking
You're
bro.
good.
Bro. Okay. Continue. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
especially the guys that seem like they would never be into like that, like very, I don't know, socially dominant guys. I feel like a lot of the times will have like the secret cuck fantasy where they
Really?
want to be, yeah.
The socially dominant guys
Yeah.
actually want to be
You'd
domed.
be surprised.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
You would
bedroom?
be surprised by the type of people who like to be cooked.
How do you guys differentiate like guys that are just acting free spirited to get access to like have sex with you guys, and like guys that are actually not?
And
Like-
interested in them, like genuinely
Yeah.
interested. Yeah.
I think it's all about communication, right? I feel like if we first meet a guy, we're not gonna like fuck them right away just to find out. But I think it all takes like long talks and discussions about what we're both into sexually, what we're open to, what we're not open to, what we're willing to try, what we're not willing to try, and then
I
it
mean,
goes
what if he just
on.
tells you like really long lies?
Oh dang!
Well, then that's
Then he's
on
a fucking
him.
liar.
Yeah.
And he's a
That's on
shitty
him.
person.
I'm still the cuck thing is like kind of okay. Are any of you into cuck queening? Do you know what that is? It's like the female version cuck queen.
Oh.
So you want to see your guy like fuck another chick in front of you.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also into
I think
that.
it's attractive because it's like, oh,
Sexually,
yeah.
that's hot for
watch
sure.
that.
It's
Have sex in
hot.
It's hot, yeah.
Like I wouldn't be with a guy who I don't find hot. So
Okay.
you know?
Fair enough. Wait. So for you, do you have like have you had guys who maybe you were seeing or whatever, and they want to like be in the room while you're getting fucked?
Yeah. No, that happens. They're just like in a corner, or
Crying?
They're the ones.
Mas-
no,
are they
masturbating?
masturbating
usually,
and crying?
like,
Maybe some
not
crying.
crying.
Okay. Would
They-
that be a
they
turn
like
on
it.
if they were crying in the corner?
Maybe
In
sometimes.
the corner of the
Depending on the relationship.
Okay, got it. Oh, whoa!
honestly,
Send the
Whoa.
send the
Perfect timing.
asteroid.
Perfect
Send the
timing.
asteroid.
Oh.